Welcome to the Preschool All Stars podcast. I'm your host, Joy Anderson. And with me today is our good friend and preschool all star, Layce Edwards. How are you, girl?
I'm good, Joy. How are you?
So good. So, share
Good.
a little bit with us so everybody gets to know you a little bit better. Before you met us, what was your life like? What were some of the challenges that you had? What were you hoping to accomplish?
So before I joined Preschool All Stars, I'm a daycare owner. Um, so I'm still doing that now, but I had came across you guys. I think one of my daycare moms actually sent me a DM with your information with the
Mhm.
book.
Aw,
And I immediately ordered it. I was like, well, what is this about? Sounds like exactly what I thought I was getting into when I opened a daycare. So
right?
I went ahead and ordered the book. And immediately when it came, I started reading it. I started talking to my fiance about it, and just like
Yeah.
this is everything that I wanted to do.
Aw,
Um, so I read the book, and then I've been waiting to get into the I was on the wait list,
yep.
the early birds wait list. I've been waiting since October, I think it was, that I actually ordered the book. So I was excited. I was like, I'm getting it in January. I thought I was gonna have to wait till April.
We had
Um,
a little sneaky, early bird open. So if you were on
yeah,
the
I was like,
list, you got
I'm just
in.
hoping. I was
Yep.
hoping and praying that you guys opened it early.
Yeah.
And so when I was, doing daycare and everything, I have been doing that for 2 years now.
Mm,
And it is long hours, a lot of work.
yeah.
I actually hired an employee midway through, so
Yeah.
about the 1 year mark, and
Mhm.
then that didn't work out so well. So I went back to it just being me, and
Yeah.
the diapers and all of that, and just not having time when you come home to unwind
Mhm.
before going right back to the same thing.
Right.
I love the kids, but I have two of my own, and it's a lot to unwind when you get done with daycare.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that was the thing for me: long hours and just not enough time to spend with family.
Totally. Um,
Yeah.
Describe a perfect day for me. Like if you're like, okay, once I transition to a preschool, I'm just so excited because it's going to look like this.
Yeah, it's funny. I just keep playing that over and over in my head. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be having time. So I'm just thinking of like the good weather, um, going in, having fun with the kids, and not necessarily have to worry about the potty training and
Right.
the younger kid thing.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
how that goes.
Yep.
Um, and just being able to get off work and leave work at work, but
Mm.
it be a fun day while I'm at work, and then get off, have my kid and be able and my family and be able to do whatever it is that we want to do, whether it's go to the park,
Hmm.
get ice cream, or find some extracurricular activity that we like to do together,
Yeah.
just to spend that time and be able to breathe before having to go back into work the next day.
Totally. I think the difference is, so what are your current hours?
So I actually ended up changing them, but when I first opened, it was 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yep.
And then there was the cleanup after that.
Right.
Now it's 7:30 to 5:30.
Yeah. Still long.
So
I
a
mean,
little better, but still not the
but
preschool. Yeah, preschool in
yeah.
a box.
Yeah,
It's not
totally.
that.
Right. And I think too of like 5:30, I mean, it's almost getting dark depending on,
Yeah,
time of season
it
and then
is.
and it's dinner time, right? And then you're just an hour or two before kids got to go to bed. So there really is
Yeah,
little playtime, to go to the park or other things like that.
yeah. I've been finding myself having to choose between
Mhm.
whether I want to go to the gym and work out when I get off, whether I want to cook for
Yeah.
my family, or
Yeah.
whether I want to just relax and watch a
I
little
know.
TV. Yeah, so I can only do one of those things when I get
Yeah.
home.
Well, and the energy level, right? I guess must be
Yes,
difficult too.
absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
it's
I'm
just
trying to
so draining.
I'm trying to picture you going to the gym after working like 12-hour
I
days at
do.
daycare. That's
So I
amazing.
do. Yeah, I take pre the energy powder
Yeah,
after,
yeah,
so it
yeah.
kind of gives me a boost.
You're
But
right.
then I still have to hurry up and go to sleep when I get home
Totally.
from the gym. So
Yeah, no, I get it.
it's a
And
health thing.
yeah, no, absolutely. And the truth is like it feels like we have to give up some stuff, right? It's like, okay, I only have X amount of time. And so you're like, I could do this or this or this, but not all of
Yes,
it. So I'm excited for when you get the preschool going on, you can add those all back into your life and still have plenty of time for additional things.
absolutely. That's my go-to. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm
Yeah.
actually so ready to do it that I keep contemplating. Do I want to start in August? Do I want to start earlier than that?
Yeah, so
I
let's talk
just
about that. So we have a plan, to transition your daycare into a preschool in 30 days.
mhm.
Now how many kiddos do you got? What ages have you contemplated transitioning in 30 days?
Yeah, so I actually have I have 6 kids right now and one is
Yeah.
mine. And they are all the youngest. I have one 2 year old,
Uh-huh.
one 1 year old. She'll be 2 in May.
Yeah.
The rest of them are 2 to 5. One is turning 5
Yeah.
in April. So yeah, they will be in that age range.
Hmm.
So the question is, will they
Will they
come
stay
with
or how
me?
will they figure it out?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Will they
It's
come with
interesting.
me or will they
Right.
leave? But
So Jamie Leiter, I don't know if you've heard Jamie Leiter's story.
I'm
Maybe
not
not.
100%. I'm
Okay,
not
so
sure.
she joined Preschool All Stars in April and she was like,
Okay.
"Oh, I'm gonna, maybe take a year to transition my daycare." And she was so burnt out. I was like, "Why are you waiting a year?" And then when I told her about the 30-day plan, she's like, "Wait, I think I should do that." So she messaged all of her families and we do have an exact plan of how to do this
Mhm.
inside of the 30-day challenge. So just go through like the 30-day challenge, and then it's, I think, workbook 1.2, and it's at the back of that. Anyways, so she wrote a letter to her preschool families, and we actually have the letter in there too. And she was like, or daycare families, and she's like, "Hey, I'm so excited to, help create a premier preschool program that I am changing a few things to improve our program. And this is what the changes are, right? And we've loved serving you and we'd love to continue serving you if your children are ages, and I think she took the almost 3 year olds up to 5. And if you're able to have your kiddo go from 9 to 11:30, right? And then pick them up. You can go 2, 3, or 5 days a week, right?
Mhm.
You can go to a different daycare and have them transport you here, or you can just go to the part-time hours. And what was so crazy was she had people going full time to her just like you do. But then they started contacting her after that letter and they're like, "Well, we just want to stay with you. So we actually aren't working
Yeah.
full time. Like we'll make it work, or we'll have the daycare transport." And I think almost all of them stayed with her even with
Wow.
part-time hours, which was crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. That I mean that speaks to her character and just everything that she's doing for the kids.
Yeah.
And
Well, and I'm sure
I
for
would
you
love for
too.
my kids to stay. I
Yeah,
mean, I
absolutely.
would, but I understand,
Oh,
if
of
you have
course.
full-time parents.
Yeah, yeah.
But yes, it was the life is it it's called the lifeboat or what is it called? The burn the boat or something like that.
Yeah, burn the
Yeah,
boats,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, so I read through that too. And I
Nice.
thought that was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that. So what's your experience been so far inside of Preschool All Stars?
Preschool All Stars is amazing. It's one of those things where I just check it every day, like like I check my emails or like I check my messages.
Awesome.
And then if I have a question, I it's like a just where I go for all my questions or concerns, or
Yeah.
just to see what everybody else's stories unfolding like, or people
Yeah.
that's going through the same thing as me. I think it's a great support group because it's starting a business is hard.
Yeah.
It can be hard and more mentally because you start to talk yourself out of it.
Right.
And so Preschool All Stars has been a place where like if I start to get down on myself or I start to feel
Mm.
like it's not something I can do, I
Yeah.
always just either go to the Facebook page or I go to my messenger from Facebook, and there's always something in there like to say like we're here with you. We
Yeah.
know that it's hard. People go through the same struggles as you, or they have a different story a little bit, or similar stories, and it just makes you feel like you can just do it. Like gives you the push that you need.
I love
So
that.
it's
Yeah.
great.
If somebody was on the fence about getting my free book, let's talk about that for a second. So let's say, maybe they've been following me for a while, or maybe they got the book and it's sitting on the counter or their
Yeah.
shelf like yours. What would you say to them to, start reading the book? Why dive in? I mean, it's a book, not everybody likes to read a book.
Well, it's your step-by-step guide to having your time back.
Oh,
It's on your worst day at work, it is the step to doing the work to getting to the life that you want to have, because we all are get stuck in our 9 to 5 or our 6 to 6
mm-hmm.
rotation, and we don't realize that there's a way out, and this book just gives you all of the information that you need for the way out.
Oh, I
So I
love
would
that.
definitely say just open it, and if I mean can't lose anything by reading the book, so you might as well read it, and I'm sure everybody will gain something from it, even if it's just something small.
Yeah. I think what I love about what you said there was it gives the hope, right? Of
Yeah,
something better that you can have for
right.
yourself.
Yes,
That's awesome.
absolutely.
Well, good.
We have
Well,
you to thank for that, Joy. So
oh,
thank you.
appreciate you. Well, if there's anyone that's on the fence about getting my book, go to freepreschoolbook.com. And Lace, thank you so much for being here today with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll see you.
Bye.